Let us try to understand few words of the supremely enlightened Buddha. Let me read a few gathas from this holy Dhammapada. This book Dhammapada is one of the most favorite books of our Bada Bhanteji, which he has translated, and from early 50s he has been translating and publishing and revising, and Bhanteji has written, translated the commentary to the Dhammapada also. Dhammapada is collection of gathas, slokas, verses. 423 verses are there in 26 chapters. So these verses are so practical for our daily life and progressing on the path of enlightenment. And when these verses were uttered by the Supreme Buddha, the listeners who heard them, they were transformed. They reached to different levels of enlightenment. So these were not ordinary verses. So today let me tell you from Magga Vaggo, that is the path. Magga, the chapter on Magga. Magga means Marga in Pali. Pali is Lord Buddha's language. It was common people's language. Lord Buddha used Pali and not uh, Sanskrit or other languages which were not common to the people. Because Lord Buddha wanted to reach out the common people, and they had the capacity to understand. Maybe somebody is a business person, or somebody is a worker, somebody is a craftsman, somebody is weaver, somebody is sweeper, somebody is king, ministers, everybody, all kinds of people came in contact with the Buddha and they got transformed. That is also another law, Dhamma, the law of Dhamma, Dhamma Niyama, Dhammata. How people were born around Lord Buddha at that time, and how and why they came in contact with the Buddha, and they heard the teachings, and then they were transformed. Nothing happens accidentally. All the events that happen in our lives, they have causes and conditions. When the causes and conditions mature, something happens. You have come here, you are sitting here. Even for this event, there are causes and conditions. Your meritorious causes, your punya, your parami bala, that has attracted, that has brought you here. For some people, little bit interest, for some people more interest, for some people it is beginning, for some people it is advanced. At different levels, the thought processes, if you see why we are all here sitting together, then they have their own causes and conditions. Similarly, Lord Buddha, he went to common people, and when the causes and conditions came, Lord Buddha himself went. Sometimes walking for hundreds of kilometers for the purpose, for the sake of one person. One person is matured enough to listen. and transformed. So Lord Buddha walked all the way. So this was, uh, let me read some of the suttas, some of the gathas. Magganang attangiko setto, satchanang chaturopada, virago setto dhammanang, vipadanang cha chakhuma. These are all fine poetry, fulfilling all the rules of poetry. Lord Buddha uttered spontaneously. Lord Buddha was an excellent poet. Hundreds and hundreds of his gathas. Magganang attangiko setto. You see, once Lord Buddha was living in Jetavanarama, Jetavana in Sravasti. It is in Uttar Pradesh now. Jetavana was the biggest monastery. So there Lord Buddha was dwelling. And at that time, there were 500 monks who had come there, and they had gone to Pindapata, that is alms round, to receive the dana from people. The morning, they go with this alms bowl, and people offer food with full of faith. So this they went in different directions, and when they came back, and after the lunch, they were sitting in Dharmashala, the Dhamma hall, and as they were sitting there and discussing, somebody was telling, "Oh, I went in this direction. The road was not good. It was full of potholes." Another said, "Oh, I went in this direction. There were pebbles." Another said, "Oh, the way I went, that was very nice road. It was nicely made, smooth road." And like that, they were speaking about road infrastructure. We also talk, no, travel here and there. Oh, the roads are good for driving, this and that. Like that. Lord Buddha was sitting in his kuti. Lord Buddha had this very, very special power, like scanning the minds of people. Not only the minds of people, he could see. He saw these 500 monks sitting and speaking now about the path, about the ways and roads. The Lord Buddha thought, oh, now is the time to tell them about what is the real path, because they are already discussing about path, and moving, walking, reaching, and all these things. So mind is tuned to this path and walking on the path. Lord Buddha had that very, very extraordinary capacity to see the minds of other people, not only reading the mind, but also to go deeply into their minds and see how much of um, indriyas, how much of spiritual faculties are matured, how much more they need to be matured, what kind of support they need. Spiritual faculties like faith or like effort, mindfulness, concentration, wisdom, all these different qualities, how much they are matured, and what is needed, what is obstructing them, what are the dormant obstructions. All that Lord Buddha could see very clearly. And when it is the right time, Lord Buddha will teach the right teachings. So Lord Buddha went to that Dhamma hall and he sat on the seat. Always they kept a seat prepared for Lord Buddha. You see, Buddha would appear anytime, anywhere. So the monks they used to keep all the time a seat ready and pay homage because Lord Buddha's presence was felt everywhere. So in Dhammasala, of course, Lord Buddha had his seat. And when he came and sat down, he asked, "Oh monks, what are you discussing?" Then they said, "Bhagwan, we went to alms round today morning, and when we went in this direction and that direction, we saw this kind of road, that kind of road." They describe what all they were discussing. The Lord Buddha said, "Oh monks, that is not the real path." Then he said this gatha, Magghanang Magghanatthangiko setto Satchanang Chaturopada. Of all the paths, the noble eightfold path is the setto, the best, great. Of all truths, the four noble truths are the best. Satchanang Chaturopada. Among all the truths, Satcha means Satya. Among all truths, the four noble truths are the best. Virago setto Dhammanang. One who is viraga, totally free from passion, passionlessness is the best. Dvipadanang cha chakkhuma. Chakkhuma is chakshu, chakshuma. Chakshu is eyes. One with the eyes, that is Lord Buddha, is best among Dvipada, among human beings. So, why Lord Buddha said this Attangika Magga? Are you conversant with the Attangika Magga, the Noble Eightfold Path? Have you heard about it? There are 8 factors which constitute Ashtangika Marga, Attangika Magga, Pali. Remember them, by heart them all the time. The first one is Sammaditthi, right understanding, wisdom. The path begins with wisdom, some amount of understanding. See? Uh, when you came here, you had some amount of understanding. When you take Trisarana and Panchashila, some amount of understanding. And meditation, all these things you start practicing. So that will lead to higher understanding. And that understanding leads to still higher understanding. But it has to start with some understanding, wisdom, right understanding. Then Samma Sankappo, right thought, right way of thinking. Samma Vacha, right speech. Samma Kammanto, right action. Samma Ajivo, right livelihood. What kind of livelihood you are engaged in. Samma Vayamo, right effort. Samma Sati, right mindfulness. And Samma Samadhi, right concentration, meditative concentration. So if you see, Lord Buddha tells right, 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 right. For everything, Samma, Samma, because there is wrong understanding, because there is wrong speech, so it has to be um, separated from right speech, right action. There is wrong action, wrong livelihood, wrong mindfulness. All there are wrong things. So Lord Buddha had to say, right. Now this is the path, which is the highest path. If you just contemplate properly on this, just one by one, you will see that right understanding and right thought, they belong to Panya, wisdom section. Right speech, right action, and right livelihood. These three belong to Sila, moral development, ethical development, that which deals mainly with our day-to-day bodily actions, verbal actions, and then um, right mindfulness, right concentration, and right effort. They belong to Samadhi, that is cultivating the mind. So Shila, Samadhi, and Panya. The Noble Eightfold Path, you can call it Shila, Samadhi, and Panya. If you see all the good things that can exist in our heart, that we can develop, they all come under these 8 factors. Attangika Magga. It constitutes everything that is noble, that is good, that is beneficial for our progress. And Lord Buddha calls it path. Huh? So we have to walk the path means we have to develop them. Developing in our hearts itself is walking on the path. So Lord Buddha tells this is the path which leads to full enlightenment, total freedom from all sufferings. This is the greatness of this Attangika Magga. There is no some theory in this. If you see right understanding, understanding of what? The Four Noble Truths. What are these Four Noble Truths? What is suffering? What is the cause of suffering? What is end of suffering? What is the path leading to end of suffering? See, these are the things we have to understand and cultivate. Right thought. Right thought means thoughts of loving kindness, thoughts of compassion, thoughts of non-attachment, giving, sharing, giving up. You see, thoughts based on attachment and all these things, they create problems. They bring us greed, they bring us hatred, like that. So if you see deeply, this is intense cultivation of the mind, purification of the mind. And this path leads to total freedom from all kinds of sufferings. After all, we are struggling day in and day out to come out of our problems and sufferings, dissatisfactions, irritations, fears, and uncertainties. Whatever we do, we are doing for the purpose of freeing ourselves from suffering. So that is why Lord Buddha gave this path. And this path is for all monks or nuns, lay upasika devotees or upasaka devotees, or everybody. This is the path for devatas or nagas or brahmas. For everybody, it is the same path. Ultimately, you have to understand correctly. That is the greatness of this path, Noble Eightfold Path. Because it leads to the highest enlightenment, that is the highest path. Among the truths, the Four Noble Truths are the best. There are thousands, millions and millions of truths, conventional truths. So many. Everything, when you say correctly, that is truth. But those truths don't lead to full enlightenment. But when you understand the Four Noble Truths, then that transforms. When you understand deeply the truth of suffering, what is suffering, deeply the causes of suffering, deeply you understand what is the end and also the way to end. These are the Four Noble Truths. So Lord Buddha's discovery, Lord Buddha's speciality is these four noble truths. That is what Lord Buddha told again and again and again. In the first discourse itself, he says, as long as I did not see these four noble truths, understand them very clearly in their totality, in 12 ways. In the first discourse, Lord Buddha explains what are the ways. Tiparivattang dvadasakarang, in three stages, in 12 ways. That means in their totality. I did not declare myself that I am enlightened one. But when I have understood these four truths in their totality, then only I declared to the universe that I am enlightened. So that is the speciality of these four noble truths. See? So then the Lord Buddha further says, Virago setto dhammanang. Among all the things, this viraga, passionlessness, the mind which is totally free from passion, greed, because of which comes hatred and all kinds of ignorance, all kinds of uh, illusions, imaginations, concepts. We live in the conceptual world. Whatever we think, we understand, everything is a concept. We create concept that we understand. We don't go to the truth and understand. Sometimes we do, but most of the times we are carried away by concepts. We give valuation people, we give valuation to things. That is our concept. We create our mental imagination. We create image, then that is imagination. Then we give value to it. Once we give value to it, then we react accordingly. Say if you give value to this one as 1 lakh rupees, a piece of gold, then you react in certain way. Now it's just a piece of paper, then you will give another value. If it is something written with Lord Buddha's sayings, then oh, it is so valuable. So many different kinds of valuation depending on perception. But most of the time, we give wrong, uh, we evaluate wrongly, wrong evaluation, give wrong consideration, and create a wrong concept. And with that concept, we attach to that concept and keep on reacting. That as the viewpoint, that as the point of reference, we start reacting and dealing with surrounding people, even within ourselves. So if the reference point itself is wrong, then everything goes wrong. Isn't it? That's why we need right understanding at that moment. So when the mind is engrossed with these kinds of ignorance and these passions, then that is huge, huge bondage. The Buddha says, among all things, being free from these passions is the best. And among the human beings, the Buddha is the best because he attained to that supreme enlightenment, totally free, and one who is able to tell others also. Let us just read. I will not explain in detail. Another two. Eseva maggo nathanyo dasanasa visuddhiya etanhitum me patipajjata marasetang pamohang. This is the only path. There is none other for the purification of insight. Very important. Insight purification. If you want to purify your entire outlook, deep inside your how you understand things, then you have to purify. This is the only path. Read this path and you will bewilder Mara. So once you walk on this path, so you will overcome Mara. Mara is all the defilements of the mind. Kilesa Mara, all kinds of Mara. Etan hi tumme patipanya dukka santang karisata akhato vo maya maggo anyaya sallakantanang. Walking upon this path, you will make an end of suffering. Having discovered how to pull out the thorn of lust, I make known the path. If you walk on this path, you'll make an end of suffering. So that is how you will be able to pull out the thorn of lust, which is pricking all the time. I make known the path. Tume hi kicham matappang akhataro tathagata patipanna pamokhanti jhaino marabandhana. You yourselves must strive. Tume hi kicham matappang. You have to work. You have to strive. Akhataro tathagata. Tathagata, the Buddhas, indeed, they show the way. Akhataro, they show the way. But who has to walk? We have to walk. So it is not like you are taken from here and thrown into Swarga. That don't happen. Lord Buddha says you have to work. Patipanna pamokhanti jaino marabandhana. Those meditative ones who treat the path are released from the bonds of Mara. Patipanna, those who walk on this path, pamokhanti, moksha, they reach the moksha, pamokhanti. Jaino marabandhana. And these meditative ones who walk on this path and get liberation from where? Mara bandhana. Bandhana is bondage. Mara is Mara. Kilesa Mara. Khanda Mara. Deva Mara. So many Maras, all obstructions which are within us. The obstructions that drag you down, they bind you to suffering. You will be released. Just like a bird is released from cage. It can fly. So let your minds fly out freely into this infinite freedom. This cage is this lust and greed and hatred and anger, and most strongest cage is ignorance. Ignorance, not knowing, wrongly understanding. That is the path of Lord Buddha. Do you agree to this? It's straightforward, nothing, no hanky-panky, nothing, no belief business. If we sit quietly and just contemplate, oh, is it correct or not, you will see it is so correct, so accurate, not a matter to be believed. It's a matter to be developed. It's a matter to be understood. How long you want to remain in ignorance? First of all, ignorance of many kinds, and you forget about developing the mind and freedom and all these things. But then some people become aware of that, oh, I must do something more in life. And then they start doing this and that again. But in the name of spiritual practice, religious practice, this and that, again fall into another bigger cage of beliefs and superstition and fears of rites and rituals and all these things. So many that cage is even more stronger. So the Sotapanna, one who is freed from, who attains to the first level of enlightenment, The achievement is free from Sakkaya Ditti, Vichikicha, and Silabhata Paramasa. Sakkaya Ditti is wrong view of self, and then Vichikicha, freedom from doubts. Totally, you know what is the path, that clarity. And freedom from attachment to rites and rituals. Rite and ritual means anything that you think that, oh, this will help me, that will help me, this will help me, that will help me, without understanding, or that which is out of noble eightfold path, that which is out of purification of the mind. Anything that is out of purification of the mind, that is right and ritual. Whatever you do, it should help to develop your understanding, your saddha, mindfulness, your wisdom, your concentration, your character, your uh, mental thoughts. Somewhere, something it has to help. Then it is worth. That should be the yardstick. So, these four gathas Lord Buddha taught to the monks who were discussing. And what happened? All of them became arahants. Sitting there listening to this Dhamma, as Lord Buddha was explaining, they were realizing. They were realizing and they became arahants. Arahanthood is the highest level of total understanding and freedom from dukkha. So with this I conclude today's Dhamma talk. Um, like this, you see, if you read gatha after gatha and the incident that occurred, why Lord Buddha uttered these um, words of wisdom, they are pure nectar. Bada Banteji says here, these are insights. These are insights that flashed into the heart of the Buddha, that have been crystallized into these luminous verses of pure wisdom. Huh? So these are all insights of the Buddha. They are not just words. They are not just for all, for you. It is not to me. It is just advice. No, these are actual experiences, insights. So they have been crystallized into these verses of luminous wisdom. My dears, make this Dhammapada your companion. This was Dhammapada which inspired our Bada Banteji to come to Buddhism, the path of enlightened Buddha, and then reading and reading and contemplating and practicing. It has taken great heights. That's why uh, we celebrate Badabante's birthday as Dhammapada festival, huh? to, to bring the message of this Dhammapada to the world. So that was our Badabante's blessings. So with this, I conclude. Now we have a wonderful program to offering dana. Today, as you have seen the poster and as I have announced in the beginning, today is birthday, 67th birthday of our Maha Upasika Monica Thadeyamma, whose name you have been hearing for many years now. He is from Switzerland, and for last 26 years he is associated with Mahabodhi very closely, and she has been practicing the Dhamma very deeply, very sincerely. This noble eightfold path, when she heard, was so inspired, and she so committed, and every week gives lot of time every day also for meditation, study of Dhamma, supporting the Dhamma, and also supporting so many deserving people, poor people, needy people around the world, and also supporting the Sangha, the needs of the Sangha. So, lot of punya kammas he has been doing, and most importantly, uh, studying and practicing the Dhamma. So, today is her birthday. We, as a Mahabodhi Society, we are very, very grateful to her because many of our projects, many of our activities have come up with her very kind, devout support, very devotedly offering a lot of thanks and with great Shraddha. So, this gratitude, we are very, very grateful to her. On this occasion, some dana are organized by our Upasaka, Vajira, Amaru, all the Upasakas here to the Sangha. So first we will now do this dana. I request our Upasakas and Upasikas also to participate in this dana. And after that we will do Punyanumodana. Today there is Sangha dana offered by Manoj Gullab Dadlani ji in memory of late Father Gullab Govind Ram Dadlani ji, and also Mrs. Yogalata Sanjay Wankar in memory of Elder Sister Shakuntala. So we will do the Punyanumodana, that is Punya sharing, merit sharing. Now let us do more and more Punya, Dana, Shila, Bhavana, as Lord Buddha has explained. So now I request you are guiding, huh? Okay. You can announce. का पूरा नाम क्या है? I request Upasakas and Upasikas also, please come, and Babalo will announce the.
I request the Upasaka who are sitting in the first row, please come. And few Upasikas from the first row, please come. Sir, Bani sir, please come. Okay. Offer Ananda Bante ji. Yeah, come. And near this one. Bante एक फोटो भी लेंगे मन. सब काम यहाँ बिक्कू बनते लोग यहाँ. यहाँ है सर.
अभी नाम के अनुसार करने से तो ये है लगता है ना सब. Yes, all Upasakas, Upasikas, you also please participate. Now I request Sugatananda Bhanteji to guide about this dana. You should do with full understanding, proper understanding, so that you gain much merits. All of you participating properly also gives full punya like the donor himself.
Just a second. ठीक है अंते लोग का
Okay, all the asakas,
Vrinda.
just hold it up
Later.
and repeat after me.
Video ले.
Mayang Bhante, Mayang Bhante,
Mayang bante
Idang Medanang,
idang medanang
Idang Me Silang,
idang me shilang
Idang Me Punyang,
idang me
Nibbanasa,
nipanasa
Pachayo,
pachayo
Hotu,
hotu
Sadhu,
kindly offer
Sadhu.
offer ಮಾಡಿ नाम लिखा है randomly
अभी ऑफरिंग करेंगे.
मैडम आप
अभी देखो जी इधर नाम लिखा है.
बाद में ऑफर करेंगे एक
जिसका नाम लिखा
या
है
मैं
ना
आ रहा
बाद में आप लोग जाके उनको दे दो.
हाँ।
हाँ,
एक
ये नाम पुकार के एक एक को देना मुश्किल है. हाँ?
भाई
या
आइए मैडम हरिओम
ऑफरिंग करते जाओ. ऑफर they can offer.
you can offer directly already you can
You have already told no that you are offering this dana.
please sir
Now you can offer one packet to each monk.
Those who can sit down or while offering, it is good. Those who cannot, it's okay.
sir, please come sir. Few of the from Upasika please come first sir offer ಮಾಡಿ मैम इधर से
या थोड़ा जगह
ಮಾಡಿ लाओ लीजिए
और ये
है क्या नहीं
हाँ ऑफर देने देना. ऑफर कर डालो. किसी को भी देने से भी चलेगा.
ಸರ್ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಆಫರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ
ತಗೊಂಡು ಯಾವುದೇ ಬಂತೇಜಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಆಫರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಬನ್ನಿ.
आप लोग जिसका नाम लिखा है ना, वो लोगों को पहुंचाना आपका responsibility. It's your responsibility.
Sir.
Amaru, quickly finish all the offerings. Please come and offer to the monks here. Offering dana is great punya kamma, punya kriya vattu. That is the basis, foundation for making merits. ಬನ್ನಿ, ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಒಬ್ರು ಬಂತೇಜಿ ಕೊಡಿ. ಹಾ, finished. Now I request Manoj Gullab Dadlani ji and your family members to please come forward here. Today we are sharing punya with his late father Gullab Govindram Dadlani ji. Dadlani family, we are very grateful. Dadlani family is one of the earliest families who helped to build this Maha Bodhi Society. When our Bada Bhante ji came here, Bhagwan Das Dadlani ji, Bhagwan Das Dadlani ji, your grandfather. Right here, huh? So he came in contact with our Bada Bhante ji, and since then, in the earlier years, there was nothing. In those days, once I heard Bada Bhante used to tell quite often, sometimes at that time there was very little support, and there used to be, at one time there used to be about 50-60 children here, and Ananda Bhante, he was from Ladakh, and the children were also mostly from Ladakh, and he was in charge of the children. And one day Bhante came, Ramananda Bhante rushed to Bada Bhante and told, Bhante, we are in trouble. What is the trouble? All the money is finished. There is not 1 rupee left. And tomorrow we don't have money for even for our daily food needs. Cannot buy our vegetables and all these things. The money is finished. So Bada Bhante ji said, oh, okay, don't worry. So Bada Bhante ji did his puja and meditation. And next day, early morning, Bhagwan Das ji came there. He came with a bag full of money, his grandfather. Huh? And he came and he said, Swamiji, today I felt something I must do punya, something I must do dana. And today I felt that this ashram is in need of this help. That's why early morning, as soon as he got up in the morning only, he came and he offered dana and he went away. That time it was Gupta dana, but now I told he is no more. So he said he offered, and then it was very, very close to our Bhanteji. I heard that he used to come, Swamiji, I want to drink tea now. I want to sit with you and drink tea and listen to your some Dhamma. Like that, so openly and so freely he used to discuss with Bhanteji. So from there onwards, then Daulat Ramji was very close, and Mataji was there. She used to come with always basket full of um, fruits and sit with all the children around and sometimes pray and all this. Daulat Ramji was close. That family, the Dadlani family, was very close. And even now, Ashok ji comes here, continuing. He always tells this is on behalf of the entire family, entire family. Like Daulat Ramji was also, I am representing all our family members like that. So we are very grateful in those difficult times. Your family has helped. May all those punya and today's Sangadana that you have done come to all the departed relatives, all forefathers, foremothers, and all the people who have passed away, and all those who are living. May they share all the punya, and may they be free from suffering, and may those who have passed away be born in good condition, good sugati. May they progress towards enlightenment. And may this punya, today's punya, be shared by all human beings, all devatas, all living beings. So we will share. Yeah, please come, all the three.